Kusukela mhla ka-22 June kuya ku-12 July gama labhalisiwe ukuthi angawo yini nine bekunene.
Yebo nduna. Ngumbonile nje lo munye lapha ephepheni kuthiwa akasmuggling. Ngapha umuntu akasmuggling kodwa la engqulini ungakubi. Uliqinisile kufuneka sikubukisise lokho ngoba labantu ngibo labasonela lolukhetho. Sicela ukuthi nduna ukusebenze kakhulu lokho kokwathi ukuthi sikhethe abantu lokungibona abafanele kulomphakathi.
Maswati lamahle asambeni siyohlakula loluhla kwenta isiqiniseko ukuthi imininingwane yethu ibhaliseke kahle.
It has just gone 8 o'clock Central African time. Good evening and welcome to the news bulletin at 8. Brought by Eswatini TV. I'm Sanpo Ngwane. I'm with Zamanzi Banza. We're coming to you live from the Hospital Hill Studios in Babane. For our top stories at 8, let's take a look. The Minister of Health pleads with the nation to bear with the ministry as she works around the clock to ensure all is back to normal in hospitals, especially the availability of medication and medical supplies. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development has asked Eswatini for forgiveness following the delays and shortage of ballot papers during the local government elections. And the Elections and Boundaries Commission says for free and fair elections, Eswatini must participate in the ongoing voters' roll validation exercise. Hello again. These are the news in detail. The Minister of Health, Lizzie Nkosi, has pleaded with the nation to bear with the ministry as she works around the clock to ensure that all is back to normal in hospitals, especially the availability of medication and medical supplies. She was speaking with the news crew on the means done by government as more concerns arise in hospitals on the shortage of medical supplies and drugs.
Sephuta kulomnyaka lophelile kuthenga msakade saqala kuthenga ngabo October kanti nasithenga sine labasithengelako babe sebona bafuna bayothenga letinto tafika tafika la ku February 15 la kuvalwa khona umnyaka wahulumende ukuthi singathenga.
The minister asked members of the public to bear with government as she is working around the clock to normalize the situation and ensure the availability of medicine and medical supplies in all hospitals in the country. She says there was a delay in purchasing the medical supplies and late delivery and further delay of payments. She says Cabinet also commissioned a forensic audit on pharmacies.
Lekuthengwa ngayo vele complicated iyasidinga ukuthi sibe ne lead time yabo 3 to 6 months.
The minister says they have met with supplies last week. Some medical supplies have already arrived and will be distributed to hospitals as soon as possible. She emphasizes that they will start with those that are dire need, especially in ICU, maternity and other sections.
Njengoba bekushoda nje siyasithi kuba nemithi kuphinde kube nema-medical supplies. Lama-medical supplies asakhulumisa into bokhuluma ngato emabhandishi, tinyalithi, ema-tubes esiwasebenzisa kona konke lesikusebenzisa esibhedlela. Kuyachubeka kuyefika.
The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Prince Malane, has issued out an apology and is requesting for forgiveness following the delays and shortage of ballot papers during the local government elections over the past weekend. The minister has been speaking during a press meeting on Monday.
The Minister of Housing and Urban Development on Saturday conducted the 2023 local government elections, where some local authorities experienced ballot paper shortages. Speaking during a press meeting on Monday, the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Prince Malane, begged pardon on the issue.
Ballot paper bebasithembise ukuthi nga-3 ngalesihlanu atabe asetandleni tethu. Oh sibheke lokho nga-9 ebusuku. Oh sibheke lokho kwasa sekubangiwe kwelamaphutha leswaqolisako bekunene siyawsola ukuthi nabo bayabe bagajwa umsebenzi. Siyaqolisa nekuqolisa kuqolisa kwethu akunamkhawulo asathi ukuthi singade ndlala sithi thini siqolisa emaphutha lendekile ngalomgcibelo ngenzaba yemaballot paper ukuthi awu siyaqolisa esiveni abasicolele siswathi lesinye sithi liphandla libhekile uyuthi niyakapa uniyabukela kusuke elizubela liyohlala emehlwe bobukile nalapha kusiphandlile benene nathi besibukile.
The Minister of Housing is set to capacitate electorates on leadership and local governance. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I'm Samgal Suekoza with Zimuva Shongwe, Babane.
The House of Senate has adopted the Standards and Quality Bill of 2023. The Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade, Mangoma Khumalo, says with this bill, local products will be aligned with international standards. Eswatini TV, Samgal Suekoza has more on that story.
When the Senate convened for parliamentary work on Monday, Chairperson of the Minister of Commerce Portfolio Committee in Senate, Senator Alberto Samuels, seconded by Senator Winnie Ngumalo, moved for the adoption of the committee's report on the Standards and Quality Bill of 2023. After the adoption of the report, the Senate turned into a committee of the whole House to pass and consider the bill. The Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade, Mangoma Khumalo, thanked the Senate for the bill.
Obviously, lapho President, Deputy President, Timbonga Donge, ikakhulu Portfolio Committee, yaga Commerce, Industry and Trade, leholwa Chairperson, Senator Samuels, Mbonga kakhulu, PS Neltigo, ikakhulu Department, yaga Regulatory Quality Infrastructure Department, kanye nabo bonke nje labasitile, including ama-clerks nase Parliament, lasebenze kanye nathi ukuthi lo mthetho uphase. The
Senate then passed into an act the Standards and Quality Bill of 2023. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I'm Samgal Suekoza with Zimuva Shongwe, Parliament.
The Elections and Boundaries Commission says for free and fair elections, Eswatini must participate in the ongoing voters' roll validation exercise. This has been said by the Commission's Communications Officer, Mbonisi Pembe.
The Elections and Boundaries Commission, EBC, says in 2018, Eswatini forwarded concerns about the buying of votes. The Commission on Thursday last week started the voters' roll validation exercise for fair and peaceful elections. Communications Officer in the Commission, Mbonisi Pembe, gave an update.
Itolo asikabi nawo kusebenta kahle kulelo hlangothi lekuhlola abantu labayovota kungakho libandla lithi alikhonkosele koMaswati ukuthi mangabe sifuna kuba nelukhetho lolukhululekile kuba nelukhetho loluhlobile lukhetho loluqotho kulesikhathi lesi lapho khona eMaswati afuna ukuthi asukume asonzele kutobukisisa ukuthi bobani vele lababhalisile tawukhumbula umthetho iVoter Registration Act iyaveta lo ukuthi umuntu ufanele kube ahleli kuleyo ndzawo lokungenani tinyanga letintsatfu kuya eDulo.
The voters' roll validation exercise will end on July 12, followed by the nomination stage on July 22nd. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I'm Samgal Suekoza with Fuminkosinsinisa Lobamba.
The Ministry of Health has vaccinated over 45,000 adolescent girls with the human papillomavirus vaccine. This has been said by Eswatini's National Cancer Control Unit epidemiologist Qolisile Dlamini.
The Ministry of Health and Partners earlier this month launched a human papillomavirus vaccine introduction for adolescent girls between the ages 9 and 14. Cancer epidemiologist in the Eswatini Cancer Control Unit, Qolisile Dlamini, says the target was 85,000 adolescent girls.
We started our campaign on the 13th of June, where we took about 5 days. 45,346 of our children were able to be vaccinated, and which is national coverage is about 54.5%. We're so happy to see that kind of positive uptake on the HPV vaccine, which shows that parents, children, teachers and the community at large were aware and they took it positive that they need to vaccinate. So I think for now we'll say, as much as the campaign were done with it because it was 5 days campaign, so we'll still have the routine vaccination in the different facilities.
The Kingdom of Eswatini is joining 8 other African countries to administer the HPV vaccine, whereas the Kingdom records 350 women with cervical cancer every year. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I'm Samgal Suekoza with Fomingo Sinisa Babane.
Cannabis, alcohol and cocaine are the most used substances in Eswatini. This was said by clinical psychologist Dr. Pepile Sugati when speaking about the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, which is commemorated on the 26th of June.
This year's theme is People First, Stop Stigma and Discrimination, Strengthen Prevention. Many people who use drugs face stigma and discrimination, which can further harm their physical and mental health, as well as prevent them from accessing the help they need. Clinical psychologist Dr. Pepile Sugati says addicts do get assistance from hospital, but they have to admit that they have a problem and they need help.
So the different substances that you find that you find that they're taking, it's cannabis, which is in Siswati, and it's alcohol, and we're getting people who are coming through with issues of cocaine. So meaning that they are using or abusing as in cocaine. When coming to the treatment, we say we first do an assessment with that individual to try and ascertain which stage of change he or she is. Because we say with the treatment of substance use, it needs to be an internal motivation. So meaning that the person needs to have that motivation from inside, willing to stop. Then we do that assessment and we then engage in different methods of treating. We then refer the others for the rehab services, especially the long-term rehab, because like as a facility, the psychiatric hospital, our program is whatever that we do is a short-term thing. And so when coming to the treatment of substances, we need a long-term like rehabilitation. So we then refer them to Hawane for rehabilitation purposes.
She says they need support from family members to prevent further relapsing and stop name calling. Reporting IMKN Msibits Muvashongwe, Manzini.
Learners in lower grades have shown great enthusiasm in learning more about coding. Wangile Shiba, the coding instructor, says they are impressed with the level of commitment shown by the learners. She was speaking about the opportunities that are there in coding.
Coding tells a machine which actions to perform and how to complete tasks. It is used for building websites, apps, computer games, amongst other things. The Techno-Friends Eswatini has been teaching learners in lower grades about coding, and they have shown enthusiasm in learning more about coding. Bongile Shiba, the coding instructor, says they are happy with the response of the learners and how quick they can learn.
Coding helps the children in problem-solving skills and critical thinking, in bringing together elements to create animations and create stories. So that prepares them for future jobs in the ICT industry, because there are a lot of jobs that are presented by technology as compared to other repetitive jobs. So starting these skills at a very young age prepares them for future careers in the field of technology. The children are very excited, but we are not going around the schools as we are based online for now. So anywhere that the child is, as long as they have internet and a computer at home, they can connect with us and make their projects. We are able to see and follow up on their activities online.
Techno-Friends Eswatini is currently running a competition on the environment and recycling, which will run until December this year. She says their hands are open to educate rural schools as well to close the gap between rural and urban schools on coding. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I'm Kiani Msibi with Smuva Shongwe, Ezuluini.
Right, for now, let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, the news continues. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us.
Tasephalamende luhlelo lapho sikulethela khona tindzaba letenteka etindlini totimbili tasephalamende elive lokungindaba esikhulu nayo indlu yetimpunga.
First fruits, Mr. Speaker, is a big commitment biblically. The first fruit, Mr. Speaker, inakufa Jesu. Nakavuka. He became the first fruits of a future bountiful harvest later of the Russians.
Sinemsebenzi ke noko Mr Speaker koyekuthi le maswati ezathola lamathuba emsebenzi kube ngemathuba latawenda bakhona ukuphila Mr Speaker.
This can't happen. Not at Ngudleni. Let them see it. Ngudla Parliament can actually make things happen.
Khiphani timoto ninike bogogo kudla ningasolo nisigabisela ngokuba ngwaba nisigabisela usindaba banikeni kudla bafuna kudla kude kudla la kule budget lekhona le
Enkundleni were inundated by bantwana labase high school labase secondary school bahleli ngaphandle abanamuntu lobafundisanga ngisho lithala lihlala they can't go to class.
Uqala ibhizinisi Mr Speaker akuqali ngemali qala ngelicustom.
Induna yaka finance sibambisile siceda lo mnyaka nje Speaker tinkundla letintathu setiphelile letinsha lapha wekunene asisekele ngetimali ikhona.
I-RDF Speaker sikhwama lesi strategic event induna yaka finance ayikubone kungiko lokuthi lesikhwama lesi asimane siphakame la kulala sime khona
thuku ngalonyaka nangu 128 million so ubuka works again namahenga langaka la solo akhiwa solo sangena achazabe mangaki.
By far and large, the speech, your budget speech, has spoken to most of the things that His Majesty alluded to on the part. Le mande asala.
It's event. Lele maswati. Yokuphela kokuthi thishela abe permanent post kepha yena abe temporary.
Konke lokhu nalokunye kuwo lo msakazo njalo ngalesithathu unayishayile insimbi yemfica ebusuku.
We at Eswatini Television Authority are committed to observing the Eswatini Communication Commission's Broadcasting Code of Conduct.
Under the code, we are committed to broadcast news that is current, free from hate speech, accurate, balanced, and fair.
From politics to business, health, agriculture, courts, and global news, we bring you the latest updates as they happen, when they happen.
We cover all the sporting codes from the football pitch to the chessboards.
This is Eswatini TV News.
Welcome back. You are still tuned to Eswatini TV. This is the news bulletin at 8. I'm Sanabo Ngone. Right now, we'll give you more news in the world of business as we take a look at how our financial indicators to see our markets for it today. A financial report. Welcome back. Now we take a look at news making headlines in the world of sports. Men's Mnisi and Siposeto Skonze, who took part in the bronze medal match against Ghana in the African Beach Games in Tunisia, say reaching the semi-finals is a big tournament. In a big tournament is an achievement on its own, despite not receiving any silverware. The two lost their bronze medal game against Ghana in the ongoing African Beach Games in Tunisia.
Balance local techball players who are in Tunisia representing the country in the African Beach Games on Sunday won their doubles men's game, which gave the country a chance to win a medal in the games. In the semi-finals against Algeria, they lost 2 sets, but still there was a chance for them to bring home a medal in the bronze game against Ghana, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be as they lost the game by 2-0.
Sikonile absorb by pressure sakhona nathi ukufight saze safika the last 4 bekungasiko vele lula namhla akusiyo lebesiyidayele nathi akusiyo lebesiyibhekile
nasizamile ku fighter angijabulile kakhulu ngalokufika lesigaba lesikismo nalokreacher ku fourth place angijabule kakhulu kodwa lokungakanani ngakhuluma ngijabule kakhulu.
Nokwazi Dlamini, one of local referees who officiated in the games, is delighted to have represented the country twice in 12 months.
Cishe konke kuhambe kahle despite ama conditions ukuthi bekuhle kuba nemoya kuhle kushisa kakhulu, but despite all that everything kuhambe kahle. Kuningi futhi lesikufundile. It wasn't the first time sirafela of course internationally, but there's a lot that lesikufundile.
Moving along with the sports roundup, this past weekend, Eswatini hosted the prestigious Regional Annual Sports Award at the Spine Lodge, where Sihlelo Matsebula from Taekwondo won the Young Sportsman of the Year award. Local Athletics Commission applauded the good work done by Taekwondo.
Ngingasho ukuthi kuphumelela kwasihlelelwe from Taekwondo kuyasita as the AC singokuthi nesimele wona lama athlete and kubona ama athlete especially the young upcoming athlete baphumelela taking awards in the region, which is something they see phasisako nalokusho lokuthi Taekwondo has been doing quite well, especially on the region. We are hoping the government will support both athletes like Slelele or the federations to take those athletes to the higher level of performance, whereby we'll see them maybe performing to the bigger games, World Championship, because and we have seen Slelele growing from the Taekwondo family, and now he's one of the best athletes in the region.
Matsebula is also the reigning Young Sportsman of the Year in the country. Reporting for Eswatini TV Sports, I'm Linda Dlamini. Bye-bye.
With those sports news, we hit the home stretch of the news bulletin at 8 at Eswatini TV. But before we go, here's a quick reminder of news making headlines tonight. The Minister of Health pleads with the nation to bear with the ministry as she works around the clock to ensure all is back to normal in hospitals, especially the availability of medication and medical supplies. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development has asked Eswatini for forgiveness following the delays and shortage of ballot papers during the local government elections. And the Elections and Boundaries Commission says for free and fair elections, Eswatini must participate in the ongoing voters' roll validation exercise. Beautiful Kingdom of Eswatini, that's all we had for you from the news desk. We shall now cross over to the Weather Center for a detailed weather report from us and the rest of the team here at Eswatini TV. For now, it's good night and God bless.
Is John, he's a man who has a dream, but no one else knows anything about it. And Jane, she also has a dream, but no cash to make it happen anytime soon.
Stand a chance to win $100,000 in cash. Buy any participating product and your dream can come true. Also save on Score Energy Drink, any two for 18 ml. Nescafe Classic, now only $87.99, and Liquid Fruit for just $21.99. Only at OK, owners you can count on.
And Bandile is another man with a dream.
Phela makhaya inkosi nangabe phela ukhohliwe timpepa takho buye eceleni. Awubuye eceleni phela thina sijeke em17 awungeke phela. Ukhohlela le-ID nale nombolo yokuvota. Lile basifakele yona phela la tincingweni. Ha, ngibonini. Buye eceleni inkosi yathi ngijeke em17 kwani mina. Hayi wena msawumnye ngathi igaba lesithathe hamba phela nkosi itithi nyalo. Sigaba secela sasihamba yi-voter validation. Lapho khona sithi hamba uye emphakathi wangakini uyohlolisisa ukuthi le mininingwane lowayibhala ingiyo yini nendzawo la tovotela khona. Niyo kahle kahle nje sithi lapho konje hlolisisa imininingwane yakho nathi sibambisane ukuthi imininingwane yakho ibhaleke kahle yini. Nani? Hayi phela lokho kutawondeka lepo 22 June kuyaleka ku12 July. Yebo bese ke sigaba lesilandzelako nomination coach lapho khona kubheka ukuthi ngenkundla inominate lokungenani bantu labacala 3 kuya ku20 kuze ke umuntu anqonye kufuneka lokungenani abe nemavotilani 10. Ngiyahleka yini mfana babe ngoba ngithi nje lekhaya selisendo ngitawungena nje ngigijima nonyaka simfaka umvu lokakake wasendela lutho asimfaka acele ama projects ngokuya phuma ikosha. Yanti la tindzaweni kula community thina sifayisana nema problems embamba sitsinga ama solution bamba. Yebo koshi. Hayi kahle phela bemuye kulandzela yena mkhulu ngicela yena. Yebo bekacela ukuthi ngimbambele kulandzela yena. bese ke sigaba lesilandzelako senama primary elections wona ke lama primary elections atawondeka lepo 26 August 2023 phela coach bese ke lokulandzelako senama secondary elections lapho khona wona atawuthatha lepo 29 September 2023 Ngiyadlala indembala baba ngoba lamkhatheseni kwama primary nalama secondary kutabe kune campaign process lokusho ukuthi umuntu ufuna kade itshengise ukuthi wakhiwe ngani setawufa amakabishi nani okulandzela mina ngiyabonga sisi
Lo mlayeto nolethelwa baka EBC Elections and Boundaries Commission of Eswatini.
Eswatini Biggest Bride 2023 siyahla siyavungula mhla ka-8 July emavuso Trade Center kusukela nga-10 ekuseni kuyawulamla kusa ukhona Rhys Madlisa Mharimbe Sibude Drum DJ Fantasy Mapi Madamza Lady Z Mr Kangaroo Anglicali Testo Zulu D Linda Dlamini ICT DJ Kwani Ling 100 emalangeni litikiti kuphela akhona ePizza Club and